few hundred meters away is the border into Burkina Faso, an area controlled by various armed groups. The Beninese military have had to move into the area, ready to push back any potential invasion.
We have a lot of military units all over the place to cover our area of operation. This is how we keep the Pendjari National Park secure.
Gangs have been using WAP, West Africa's largest wildlife park complex, as a trade route. This area, larger than Belgium, is spread out across Benin, Burkina Faso, and Niger. It has been closed to civilians since the start of 2022. Fuel and livestock are transported through this route and later exchanged for weapons in Nigeria. This road under construction leading to Burkina Faso is off limits. Trespassers risked being shot by the Beninese military.
The terrorists rule the border and prevent trade. Everything's been blocked. They come and harass us with their motorcycles.
The military has deployed nearly 3,000 soldiers in northern Benin. A dozen advanced operational bases and strongholds are currently under construction, with 60% of the armed forces expected to be stationed there within the next 2 years. Puma helicopters and aircrafts monitor vulnerable areas along the country's border. Experienced in fighting drug trafficking, these South American pilots use long-range cameras to identify threats.
We don't have surface missiles, but we do have trained shooters on board to provide air support as soon as the need arises in the field.
In March of this year, a patrol team killed 7 jihadist fighters affiliated with the Islamic State, who were trying to set up a terrorist cell in W Park.
This is new because we thought it was the Al-Qaeda-linked JNIM group. The maps, Islamic militant flags, these signs show us that it's not just them, but also other related groups that want to set up shop to carry out their missions.
While soldiers search the parks for terrorists, rangers ensure that nearby communities still have access to its resources. Depriving locals of this land would create resentment, which terror groups would be quick to capitalize on.
If the park director's not there, I call the lieutenant. I tell him I need such and such a thing. He tells me to wait. After 3 days, he calls me to tell me to come.
Our people depend on natural resources. So if you don't take action to ensure that resources are available and shared fairly between communities and the state, then conflicts arise. Terrorism can thrive in these difficult situations.
Winning hearts and minds is key in curbing the influence of groups linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State. Locals are encouraged to report any suspicious behavior.
It is possible that there might be internal recruitment, and our mission is to prevent that. As soon as we have information, we proceed with arrests to prevent these groups from establishing themselves on Benin's territory.
We arrested 2 suspects who came to recruit young people with a lot of money. We reported them to the military and they were arrested. God knows, maybe Burkina, because they're everywhere over there.
As a result of their cooperation with the authorities, civilians in the north are paying a heavy price. They live with the constant threat of retaliatory killings and improvised anti-personnel mines. Farmers from some areas are afraid to leave their homes. Last May, 15 civilians in the Keru and Bani Koara municipalities were killed by unidentified gunmen.
The roads are full of danger, but we're cautious.
They plant mines, and our people step on them when they go to the fields. Some got killed, others were injured, and they're currently in hospital.
The village of Kurukualu is claimed by both Benin and Burkina Faso. Up until recently, it was under jihadist control, serving as a logistics and supply base. It has now become a symbol of Benin's fight against terrorism.